All right, so we're gonna be changing probably the intros, but welcome back. Hope you all enjoy the video so far. If you've been watching it, if you're new, welcome. Today we're gonna be playing Esper Legends. Kind of revolves around playing a lot of legendary creatures and then playing Plaza and a ton of these type of lands, basically because they're all reduced. Other than that, we're just gonna hop in the deck. There's way too much to cover, way too many creatures. We'll see how they do throughout the deck. We ran pretty hot with it. Was on to play a ton, so it's something to take into consideration. But Dennick, probably the best card in the deck as of the meta right now, considering how many Atraxas are there. So if you're running into that and you don't want to be an Atraxa gamer, be a Dennick one instead and just stop them from being able to play the game. So hop in. All right. Oh my lord. Would you not believe it? I've been playing matches today, completing challenges, trying to record other things. Some jank decks went horrible. I have been on the draw exactly 10 times in a row. And then every time on turn 2, they countered my spell. It's been sick. So I'm going to keep considering I'm on the play. For once. We will play a Shattered Sanctum first. We need double black for your shielded, so not that we wouldn't get there anyway. On a red. Yes, sir. We get to play a flyer followed by another flyer. It weirdly just has flying. Sure. I have fire my thing. Sure. Tap, Rafine, or Thalia. Thalia is really good too. The only problem, I don't think Thalia does enough. If they play a land, they could just, they could just play fire it out anyway, where it's like Rafine is not really targetable by them. Playing Rafine and then playing a Thalia I think is better. And then Rafine's just going to be so hard for them to remove. Although, next turn I'm probably playing a Shieldred. Playing Shieldred, the Gathering card, is pretty good against mono red. Mechanized Warfare. See it happen. Combat. Only that. That's such a trap. I'm not doing that, no. Sure. Yes. To sacrifice vampire, draw 2 cards. I've seen only if the opponent lost life this turn. I guess. I'll play Shieldred. See what happens. He's gonna stay back as a defender this turn. Well. Take 2. Not really what we want. Although I guess I could have attacked with Fiend. I would have gained 2. So this Phoenix chick wouldn't have done as much even if they played a Mechanized Warfare. But I think just holding it back and kind of having it be a menace. Picking up the Phoenix chick or the Valdarian Epicure is good. And then Shieldred blocking roughly anything else. This hand's horrible. We'll pitch. Find a much better hand like this one. That other hand just had a lot of high cost mana things that we can't take advantage of. So we'll play this. I want to keep the Emperor over at Gix because we can draw with Rafine. Although the Wanderer comes more expensive with Thalia, so we'll pitch it. Even though I guess I can't even cast Gix, so my brain was in the right place. My actions took it somewhere else. On a black. Rest. Cool. Good thing we pitched the Wandering Emperor, I guess. Now I'm going to play a Thalia. Followed by Rafine. Sure. Come with me. Play here. Attack. I don't have to pitch anything to grow this. And I need to keep the Gix so I can actually, I don't know, draw some other cards. interesting to see what they do with this Misery Shadow. I'm not going to block the attack thing, buff it big enough to get my Rafine out of play. Also, if they go all in for like 5, and they do not, I have a go for the throat. Attack's by my own thing. You can probably go ahead and draw some cards first. I could force them into their Misery Shadow commitment by attacking here, have them block with Thalia, have them pump, and then remove it. And get to draw 2 and grow Rafine, I guess. Or I can just target Thalia to grow it to make it really hard for them to deal with. Two Knives, discard 2 cards. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do Gix, I think. Guess I should have been at a card waste. Play out of the land tapped. This is 3, so they have to pay a minimum 1. Is generally going to shut off most removal that they'll have. Well, they have to pay 2 because this will first strike. Now the removal's gone, so we'll take it out. I really wanted to put enough counters on Thalia that I was able to, really wanted to put enough counters on Thalia so it couldn't be cut down, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. We're probably going to lose it here, or we lose Rafine here. Pay the ward. Sure. Fine. Pay 3. And out of Carwise and play an AO. A bigger flyer. How about that? I don't have to grow this all the way to a 5/4. I can just play it as a 5/4. Okay, I go first. Get to play a tap land. Get to play Odawara. Play Harbin, depending if they play a flyer or Jadar. If they do not, and then play Rafine after, right? Yeah. We'll take a little bit of damage from this, but I do what we gotta do. Play Sanctum now. We don't have to take damage next turn playing our spell. We're against soldiers. Not a great matchup, I believe. Well, maybe not necessarily like a bad matchup, but definitely a matchup that's their creatures can get a lot wider than mine. Or their board state, I guess, in general. Do I want to take his trade? I think not. If it was Jadar that I played, I would have. I mean, 2 white. I don't know what on earth. Just a flash person. Force. We're gonna attack. I'm gonna put a counter on here. Pitching the Jadar. Yeah, exactly. Pitch Jadar because we got another one. Why do we need that one? I did for 4. I have to be careful next turn because it can get Nganjo'd. We can't grow it out of that range either. So reinforcements come down. Probably gonna see Siege Boy now. Sky Strike Officer. It's also a good one. That would make sense. That would make sense. Can't block either of our flyers. They don't want to swing into the Rafine, which makes sense. Play a Jadar or a Gix. Gix is a 3/3 on the ground, which I think is really important. Also might fine for them to block. We'll take 1. Go to 17. What to do? Pretty sure attacking is just the move. And I can double target Rafine, pitch both these so they both take out the sky. Sovereign. Or I'll take this and I'll target Rafine. We'll pitch both these. Now if they block with their Sky Strike Officer, it will take it out. And this is 7, so it's not a small amount of damage. They take it. We'll probably draw once. We have all the plays next turn, so we'll decline here. That one's a bad one. Definitely need to get to a go for the third, I guess. So maybe I should have drawn. Shieldred. Okay. Why does everything gotta get so hard all the time? Although my flyers are taking over the game, I guess. So it's not really that hard. They have to stop my flyers eventually. Because it's less damage right now. Discard 2 cards. I can do this and put them to 1. Or I can buff it to make it exactly lethal, right? So they have to block and lose their flyer. So didn't, because we could play it from the bin. And then Jadar, I guess. We do that just literally to force them to block. And it'll leave the air completely available next turn. We didn't have to play this Odawara early. We could bounce that and win the game. But we played Odawara earlier. We'll take an action. See if we can go for the throw. Or the second. We'll just play a second shielded. It's fine. Don't worry about it. 10 to 14. Fiend's Tower. I thought about holding it to cycle to gain life. I don't know what they have that they could do to win here. Like, argumentally, like, the idea is they're going to play double Lord and potentially gone super wide, but I can block their 2 biggest creatures, which is 3/4, and then here, and then I take 6. Then they have like 2 creatures back, and then I hit them through the air, so it doesn't matter. I thought that matchup was going to be a lot worse, or feel a lot worse. But when you just play flyers, I can't do anything. This hand is so expensive. What's the deal? I was complaining being on the draw 10 games in a row, and now I've been on the play 4 or 5 games in a row. It's allowed to just go back and forth. It doesn't have to like be so dramatic every time. If I keep, just do nothing for like 2 turns. Sure. I have 2 tap lands anyway. On a red. Maybe this is a ginormous mistake. Who let me do this? Anybody watching or banned? Not supposed to let me make mistakes like this. Come on now. I mean, I'm gonna play Rafine, and then potentially just play a Wandering Emperor, exile their thing, followed up with the Shieldred. So does it really matter? I don't know. Playing a 2/2 in the air, I can't take it. That's what spear. Fine. We'll play Rafine. Put a counter on their chick. A lot of times people put a counter on their Phoenix chick because it's the harder creature to block. I mean, I'm not gonna lose my Rafine here. I'm gonna block up here. They can just shock it. Can't lightning strike it at least. They can play with fire it. Takes the rest of their turn. I think the play is to play an Emperor, put in a Shieldred after, plus on it, or make a 2/2. If this influences their attack at all, probably won't. That's Take the Swiss Spear. I take the Flyer. I think it's got to be the Flyer. Lightning strike it now, please. If I miss it. Just now. If this Wandering Emperor gains me 3 life or 2 life by getting lightning striked or shocked. Okay. What we want. Watch here. Thirsty Adversary. They played a Haster after combat. For sure. We'll play Shieldren and then we'll make it 2-2. I could have plus, but they're probably going to attack it down, which maybe not have been the worst thing in the world. Won't be blocking the Swiss Spear with Shieldred. We'll be taking cleaner blocks like this. Sure, lightning strike. Part about this is I get to follow up with another Shieldred. Untapped black land is good because now we get to play Ashnod. The well instead of Death Toucher that can block and just trade up with anything. The really cool part about Ashnod that it kind of sucks it doesn't see a lot of play is that it is just like a 1/1 Death Toucher that has abilities on it. It just doesn't do very much other than that. If you're not playing anything that benefits from it, it's like, why? All right, make that game number like 5 or 6 in a row that I'm going to play. I don't. Arena's a weird place. We're going to start off with the Rafine Tower, play a Plaza after, play Thalia, and then go from there. Unless we're getting mono red and they play a Phoenix Chick, then we could play this in order to block the Phoenix Chick, but it does get shocked out of the way. So maybe playing it after is more valuable because then they're going to want to remove Thalia instead. Okay, so probably against the Traxa, we need to maximize pressure. Play Thalia so they have less options and Fables like 4 mana. So we might just lose it here. 5 Harvester, okay. We'll play Ganjo, play Adeline and attack. Again. Like we said before, we're applying as much pressure as possible. Block here, they might sack Blood Tithe, remove the Thalia, play a Fable. And we'll be stuck with just an Adeline. Looks like that's what's happening. Ivar, okay.
I have arrived. Rally, my friend.
It's definitely pretty interesting. They get to do all that together. Okay. Nick. Don't let them target spells in their graveyard. Then we'll play a Harbin after. So we can get Tyvar off the battlefield with our 3/2. Wandering Emperor here actually has like a...
I believe in you, friend.
Our attack here, they'll block, and we'll Wandering Emperor, give it a +1/+1, remove the Trap Gorger. Now it's like, do we play the Takenuma or not? We only have one. Do I plus or do I minus now? I think I plus. Let's Zenek out of cut down range. I'm gonna play the Takenuma. We play AO, so we want to get it down in case that's a rip off the top. Also, sometimes being able to play a 3-drop into a 2-drop is really good. We need to rip here. Probably like an Adeline. Go for the throat. Removes that. You can now target stuff in their graveyard with Tyvar, but they'll lose to Tyvar.
Show them what you're made of.
A cave. We can Denick and then have a Plaza to protect. A 2/2. Sure. I'll just 3. So we can give it hexproof and indestructible. My Plaza is weirdly super nice and playable. Put another Tyvar into Ben. So they must feel pretty confident their Tyvar is going to stick around, I guess. Or they're just looking for more action. They haven't hit a land drop in 2 turns? 3 turns? 2 turns, I think. That one enters tap, so that didn't do much. Dog's poise underneath me here. Make a 2/2. Plus untap it, I guess.
There's that second win.
A turn. A Rafine. Rafine's really good here. We'll play Rafine. We're gonna plus on this, so it gets first strike and will automatically get here. Do I take out Tyvar? Or do I just start going for the face? I'm not sure. I think I want to attack Tyvar more. I think it gets them out of their shenanigans. All right, that didn't grow at all. Never mind. They let it go completely. They must have another one. Must not care. This must be more important to them. So there's the Atraxa that we were pretty sure we were playing against. Just now that we're seeing it. A tap land. I hope they attack and they play the a Shieldred. I didn't want them to play Shieldred. I will say that. Yeah, I'll draw a card. Why not? Sure. It shuts off like Rafine alone, which is kind of annoying.
Show them how we greet our enemies.
I mean, I think I just have to. Right here, draw 2. I say for the love of the Lord, please hit 1. It's a 5/5. Sure. All right. Sure. I don't want to play this on the backside. Whenever a creature card is put in the graveyard from here, investigate this building shooting once. But the main thing is this is doing is shutting that off, so I cannot. We just have to deal with it right now. Be cool if Zenic on the backside had a different name, so you could play them both at the same time. No. Do this. Do a hexproof and indestructible. They have another removal spell. They have one. Yes? Or no? You decide. Or don't decide at all. So let's just sit here and figure it out together. Okay. I don't think they like that too much. My Plaza's messed up. Sure, my 5/5's gone. Do you attack? No? Don't want to? Well, the last spell in their hand. I feel like it's almost guaranteed got to be way to reanimate Atraxa. I don't feel like that's too much to delve and figure out here. You can't play the backside of this? Oh man, the more we learn. Somebody already typed in the chat. They were just like, no. Yeah, of course you can. And I'm out here just being dumb. So sick. Glad we can figure that one out together. I mean, I kind of gotta win the game.
Remember your training.
Sure. My card I already got. This shielder is gonna do whatever it wants. This can only copy the Goblin Shaman. They had to draw exactly removal for Dennick. I mean, Dowdy's gonna block. First strike. Be good. Do they have enough? 5 almost. Evoke Despair. That'll do stuff. Let's get rid of my Thalia. I mean, Wandering Emperor has kind of been whatever. Go to 13. I draw a card. Six. They go to like 50. No, could have blocked with Dennick, I guess. Discard these. We have a go for the throat now. So that's really cool. I mean, these are going to hurt, but is what it is. Happens. Okay, here. They... I care if they gain more life. They go to 8. I can cut down this. I'm gonna have to be able to remove Atraxa if they reanimate it. Yeah. They can still remove my Dennick. We can always remove Shieldred and later on their end step. I can't cast it. Oh, okay. Remove Shieldred. Oh, we got there. What a stressor. For anybody that typed that you could play the backside of Dennick, you're right. Or it's a bug. I don't know. And I'm just abusing the system. All right, we're going to do a little bit of post-game wrap-up here and talk about the deck overall. Deck's really good, really popular. Has a really good win rate, obviously. Dennick being incredibly important to be playing in the current meta. I think I covered that in the blue-white video in terms of soldiers. Or human soldiers, whatever. This preventing Atraxa decks from being able to do their shenanigans and kind of fire it off on a turn 3-ish, 4-ish. Well, it's turn 4, I believe. It is like the earliest they can do it. But preventing them from doing anything is really good. Shieldred's obviously go-to card, and you kind of got to play it. Dahlia is also incredibly good, kind of slowing people down. Dennick and all these. These are really good cards. Ao's like fine. Adeline's like fine in this deck. It's pretty good, but maybe not like the best card. Axonod's a filler. Jadar is like kind of a filler. It can turn on aggression early. Harbin actually helped in a lot of spots too, stopping the chicks, the little baby chicks. And obviously Rafine, just being a house, letting us draw. And we drew through a Shieldred so often, just because we had to. And then Plaza is a 4 of. I only own 2. If you've played Arena, you know the economy is pretty fun. So I have 2 of these. Should be 4. Other than that, deck's really cool, really fun. It's another way to play an aggro deck and also play Esper if you enjoy Esper. And maybe not your favorite way. Esper control is generally the popular form of playing it. But other than that, I hope you all enjoyed the video. And we'll see you later and catch you in the next one.